After a fierce battle, Jason stumbles upon Freddy Krueger's glove, left behind in a clash. Curiously, he dons the glove and surprisingly gains Freddy's dream manipulation abilities. In this new form, Jason haunts the dreams of the survivors at Crystal Lake, forever merging waking nightmares with his undying rage. Freddy conquers his final opponent and retrieves the mysterious, shining box, Pinhead's lament configuration. As he solves it, Pinhead emerges, proposing an alliance. Freddy accepts, and together, they open portals to Earth, turning dreams and realities into a combined dimension of endless horror and torture. Chucky finds the Necronomicon Ex Mortis in Ash Williams' abandoned cabin. Using voodoo chants within the book, Chucky reincarnates himself into a human body but retains his murderous spirit. Now fully human, Charles Lee Ray embarks on a spree, more dangerous than ever, with plans to build an army of possessed dolls. Aftermath of a victory over Pinhead, Ash picks up the puzzle box and figures out how to close the gates of hell, but not before stealing one of Pinhead's blades. With this weapon, Ash prepares a defense against any future horrors, forever ready, as Earth's protector with new demonic powers intertwined with his human resilience. Blade encounters Djinn, who tempts him with a dire wish. Blade wishes for true death to end his servitude. Djinn grants the wish but transforms Blade into a human first, allowing him to fully appreciate mortality before eternal peace, thereby ending his cycle of violence with true freedom. Deciding to use it, the kid amplifies his powers to manipulate more adults into his game of terror, orchestrating a massive, nationwide string of horrors voiced through an army of Ghostface action figures. After subduing Michael Myers, Pinhead takes the cursed knife of Myers and integrates it into his array of torturous devices. Each cut from the knife now not only causes physical agony but also eternal torment to the souls of his victims, enhancing his reign in hell. Ghostface defeats Lutton and decides to claim the Leprechaun's wealth of gold. Using the wealth and infamy, he funds a Hollywood horror movie about his deeds, spreading his influence and terror further into the real world, turning viewers into new disciples of fear. After finally eliminating the last remnant of his bloodline, Michael Myers comes across the mysterious puzzle box left behind by Pinhead. Curious, he opens it and is transported to a dark and twisted realm. There, he meets Pinhead himself, who offers Michael a chance to join his ranks as a new Cenobite. Embracing his dark destiny, Michael accepts, becoming a fearsome Cenobite known as the Shape with a thirst for eternal pain and suffering. With his newfound powers, Michael continues his never-ending quest for bloodshed and terror. After his victorious final battle, Marty Rantzen discovers love in the Leprechaun's stash of magical gold. Intrigued by the mystical properties of the gold, Marty decides to use it in a radical experiment. Combining the enchanted gold with his own scientific expertise, he creates an advanced exosuit tailored for his unique physique. This suit amplifies his physical abilities and integrates various gadgetries and defensive mechanisms. The gold, famed for its luck-enhancing quality, also seems to bring an uncanny fortune to Marty's endeavors, aiding him in his plans. After defeating his latest adversary, Lubden the Leprechaun stumbles upon the infamous puzzle box known from Pinhead's lore. Driven by curiosity and a relentless desire for power, Lubden skillfully manipulates the box, managing to unlock its intricate mechanism without summoning the Cenobites. This unauthorized access to the box's dark energies unexpectedly triggers a transformation in Lubden. Harnessing the raw hellish power, Lubden merges with his inherent magical abilities, amplifying his control over fate and fortune. This unholy fusion granted him not just the capability to manipulate the fortunes of those around him more directly, but also allowed for a terrifying physical transformation. His body now periodically phases out of the material world, rendering him nearly invincible. His ambition growing as expansive as his new powers, Lubden decides to use his enhanced abilities to amass an unseen empire of wealth and influence. He leaves behind not just a legacy of fear, but also establishes a new order where his word becomes the destiny of those who dare to cross him. The puzzle box, once a doorway to hellish pain, under Lubden's control, becomes a tool of boundless control and manipulation, securing his reign as an omnipotent force in the shadows. Overcoming his battle with Samurai Morgan, Orlok takes possession of the cursed videotape. He adapts its curse, combining it with his vampirism to not only haunt victims through their screens but to drain their life force from afar, perpetuating his reign by adapting to the modern age. After a ferocious final clash, Leatherface stumbles into the ruined lair of the kid from demonic toys. Amidst the wreckage, Leatherface discovers a dilapidated and charred doll, a relic from the kid's collection. Intrigued by its form, similar yet so distinct from his own masks, Leatherface takes it back to his lair. Using his skills in crafting and sewing skin, Leatherface melds the demonic toy's fabric into his iconic mask. As he stitches, the dark energies of the doll fuse with the mask, infusing Leatherface with new, terrifying powers. His senses heighten, his strength increases, and now, when he dons his mask, Leatherface can tap into the supernatural force of animating inanimate objects around him. Emboldened by this newfound power, Leatherface becomes not just a terror of flesh but also a master of an army of animated, grotesque creations crafted from his victims' remains. He rules over his domain, the macabre trophies of his past victims now given horrifying life, prowling the grounds of his secluded home. Leatherface transforms from a lone predator to a dark overlord, commanding his legion with the eerie stillness of the mask that once belonged to the kids' collection. Successful against Arcade in battle, Djinn captures Arcade's digital essence into a new virtual reality, a hellish game created by Djinn himself. Within this digital torture realm, Djinn controls all variables, entertaining himself by watching endless players suffer in his sadistic game scenarios. After destroying Ghostface, Arcade hacks into the mainframe of the killer's voice modulator and integrates it into all game machines worldwide. Now, every arcade game lures players into a deadly game, turning amusement arcades into arenas of survival, where Arcade reigns as the final boss.